Brothers, when you're in your 20s, stay single. When you hit your 30s, maybe think about settling down. But right now, you need to focus. You're in your prime, loaded with testosterone. You're really just a money-making machine at this point. Attend college, trade school, whatever. Simply learn and keep getting things done. Whether it's fixing cars, building houses, or becoming a doctor, do whatever is going to be making you money like a pro. Why? The magic word is testosterone. It gives you drive, makes you competitive, and pushes you to work hard as hell. The work you do in your 20s, that's what sets up your entire future. Keep in mind, there's going to be a time when you're in your late 30s, 40s, 50s, and since we're on the subject, in your 60s, 70s, and 80s, if you're lucky. You see how much time there is ahead? So much time that you can't even imagine it. You've only lived 20 years, more than half of which you weren't even conscious for. That's why, understand that this isn't the peak of your lives, my brothers. Society might tell you that it is. It'll judge you and make you feel like a loner when you have your priorities right. That's why only a few only get to live lives with purpose rather than just being a corporate slave or working menial labor. Let's get to the next trap men get stuck in their 20s. And that's relationships and women. Relationships slow you down and kill your drive. I was in one for most of my 20s, and trust me, it took away my edge. Relationships become full-time jobs. It's not just me who noticed it at one point. My friends told me the same thing. That's why I'm sharing it with you. When you've got a girl, you start thinking you've already won the game, and that's when you lose your mojo. The way men are wired up by nature, we seek certain things in the long term which makes us work hard and grind in the present. It makes us forget the pitiful lives we might be living right now. It makes us forget the mundane work we have to do. We see a brighter future in the far horizon, and we keep running after it until we make it ours. At least, that's how it was for men before the arrival of free instant gratification within our palms. The modern era has forever changed the life trajectory of humans. You must adapt or you'll be crushed in this transformation period. Coming to terms with reality is going to be uneasy, disgusting, painful, and will make them feel like trash. So they ignore it. They have their little phones to look at lame memes from the unfunny accounts they follow on Instagram and Twitter. They have tens of thousands of cheap women on their phone who give them virtual satisfaction. They blast music in their ears and close their eyes and dance around in their empty rooms to feel something. Are you seeing a pattern here? These people, they're not living real lives. They're not out in the world trying to chase real feelings. They've accepted easy comfort. That's the sole reason why they're unable to chase that dream, that better version of themselves in the distance. In your 20s, you should be building yourself, focusing on your legacy. What do you want people to remember of you when you're gone? Your high school days? Marriage? Kids? No, that's not the path to success. That's why I even tell my brothers don't think about relationships in your 20s. It's a primal urge in men to want to feel validated by women. Biologically, it makes us feel dominant and worthy that our seed is going to be passed on into the future. But you must understand, if you settle with this feeling of victory too quickly, you miss out on everything you could have achieved. When you already settle for the prize in the start, which might be a woman who's a 4 or less, you won't have that drive to strive for greatness. The man who practices abstinence at that stage, knowing he can have his way later on for the rest of his life, that little period of pain will open the doors to being able to get any woman. Your whole life is tracked, monitored, and you're not free to be yourself and get things done. That's just how it is. There's no way around it. So, don't lie to yourself and be like, I'll do it differently, that I won't fall into the same trap or make the mistakes. I guarantee you, my brothers, you'll make the same exact mistakes. Don't waste your time thinking you're different and not taking any advice from those who live similar lives to you. Eventually, you'll draw the same conclusions that I'm giving you right now. That's just how humans are. Learn from others' mistakes, as that allows you to go further than they ever did. Imagine if every human had an ego problem and were adamant on pushing the notion that they know what they're doing. Over the course of time, No progression in civilization would be made, as everyone would keep repeating the same mistakes, which would have easily been learned how to avoid from someone else. Don't be that stupid, my brothers. Your 20s are crucial. You could be a legend in the making, you never know. Your legacy should be your top priority at this stage, not a wife or kids. Your legacy is what matters. Don't get trapped in the she's the one syndrome. There are plenty of women out there. Opportunities don't end. And guess what? Your prime in the dating game is around 40. You heard that right. Don't fall into this trap of thinking if you don't have it figured out in your 20s that you're done and dusted for life. Not at all. Your 20s is only an investment phase. The investments you make right now, in your health, in your fitness, in your education, in your career, you have decades ahead to reap results from them. About your peak in your 40s, it's not a lie at all. I really mean it. Hollywood actors like Brad Pitt. Women are drooling over them in their 40s. So, invest your 20s and a chunk of your 30s in building your legacy. Remember this every day. You're a man, a money-making machine. With that said, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.